is constantly teaching us lessons. It's often said that entrepreneurship is one of the greatest teachers aside from parenting, and I have to agree 100%. Personally, I find that life and business lessons come and go, and if we don't spend some time actively acknowledging these moments, our awareness doesn't expand, and life will likely throw those same lessons at us over and over again until we learn them. The end of the year is a perfect time to reflect on the lessons I learned. Maybe you will recognize some of these lessons and be inspired to acknowledge and verbalize your own. So here we go. Lesson number 1, client relationships end, period. And it's 100% okay. You may not know this about me, but I am fiercely loyal and a recovering people pleaser. So when I lost some client relationships this year, I took it pretty hard, especially the ones I worked with for a long time. But as I worked through these client losses, I learned something. Client relationships end. They don't go on forever. And it's not always about you or your organization. It can be about timing. It can be a wrong fit. It can be about money. It can be that the relationship ran its course and it's supposed to end. Ultimately, it's business. And as much as I love my clients, the relationship will eventually end. So the faster I can grieve and say goodbye, the easier it is for me. And the funny thing is, sometimes they come back. Lesson number 2, work with someone long enough and you're going to get on each other's nerves. This is true, and now I've learned to laugh about this. Tight-knit work relationships are no different than marriage. When you have everyday contact with your team, coupled with stressful situations, you have a recipe for irritations with each other. What I learned was this is normal, and you can navigate your way through it. Disagreements and irritations are a perfect opportunity to learn and grow. It's a reason to understand each other on a deeper level, but it's also an opening to practice grace and remember that we are all human. Lesson number 3, I cannot do entrepreneurship on an island alone. Oh my God, 2020 was tough, and by mid-year, I was feeling isolated. I longed for contact with other entrepreneurs like me. I wanted to know what they were going through. I wanted to see that I wasn't alone with my struggles. It became important for me to have biz besties that I could celebrate with, bounce ideas off, and ultimately form relationships with. Competition doesn't matter. I could hang out with other OBMs like myself and be incredibly happy. I got pleasure in helping them succeed. I looked forward to our Zoom calls to see another smiling or frustrated face. And I know now that I cannot do entrepreneurship without their support. Lesson 4, comparing myself to others is a recipe for depression. Newsflash, there are hella business owners 10 times more successful than I am, and I found every one of them this year. Can I just say I am sick and tired of comparing myself to them? Don't get me wrong. I often turn to these business owners to learn from them, but I'm realizing that I often go too far. I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to bless them and move on. I don't know their story. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. They are no better than I am just because they make $1 million and I don't. Comparison starts the cycle of self-judgment, and who the hell needs that? Not me and not you either. Lesson 5, learning is great, but accepting what you know is even better. This is my problem. You've heard of bright, shiny object syndrome, right? I have that problem when it comes to learning. One of my team members calls it #course junkie because she has the same problem too. Don't get me wrong, I'm 100% on board with learning new stuff, and I encourage myself and my team to be committed to learning always. But it is possible to take it too far. When you cannot acknowledge that you already know so damn much, I call that a confidence issue. That is why for 2021, my power word of the year is confidence. I have been in business for all of my career, and I know a lot. Do I know everything? Hell no. I am done believing I don't know enough. I embrace confidence in what I do know and trust that what I don't know, I will figure it out when I need to. One thing I'm confident in is my resourcefulness. I will figure shit out, guaranteed. So there you have it, my lessons for 2020. I will take these lessons into 2021 and vow to be different. Please tell me, what are your biggest lessons from 2020? Wishing you a very happy new year and a year filled with good health, fun memories, and success on your terms.